everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. What a game we have for you here. The first meeting of the year between two of the NFL's most hostile divisional rivals. This matchup always among the most anticipated games of the regular season. It's the Falcons going up against the Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in week 1.
And last weekend, they pulled one out in a very low-scoring affair. It was all about their defense.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. Let's see what the offense comes with here, 2nd and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Defense maybe trying to guess the snap count there, and it costs them 5 yards. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Finds a tight end in the middle of the field. Just a simple stick route. Decent game. Doesn't get you a whole lot, but it's pretty reliable, isn't it?
And tough to defend. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll be 1st down Atlanta.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. 5 yards to gain here on 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. 1st down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
That's going to go as a loss loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that's complete to Walford. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Second down, Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Josh Gordon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
And caught left side, Olsen. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Here's Newton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Oh, and a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And Olsen over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receive.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that. And when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. After the run, Newton going to throw. That's caught at the 1. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant.
And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
No matter what play call you have on, you're always conscious of edge pressure disrupting you. And it doesn't matter whether it's a pass or a run. And in this case, it was a draw, and the edge pressure came in and destroyed the play.
Surveying the field. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Carolina getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw is Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Hey, the defense is in this game as well. They wanted to make it a tough third down. They were able to do so on that last play, preventing a big gain.
A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Newton. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks running with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
Now Newton. And he rips that one incomplete there. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And that's incomplete. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. This a 33-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Freeman again. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. And the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless. I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised.
And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. Use it, and Freeman lost the football. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A first down throw for Prescott. Gets it to Gordon. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's got time. And this is incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Prescott to throw it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
Now Prescott. He's got time in the pocket. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Here's Prescott. Here's Wolford over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this 3rd quarter. And this score will stay right where it is. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Falcons defense gearing up as they take the field. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I can just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes, first series of the second half, offense or defense, you've got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Second and 10, Newton again. And Olsen over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he gets it to Funches complete. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funches, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go.
And the defense has it. Look at the big man rumble. A great read, and it's picked off. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math, but don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll run the option left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there off the option. 58 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. And certainly a quarterback who has the arm, he also has the legs, Charles.
And haven't we seen over time these quarterbacks just get more and more athletic as they go along? We're not just talking about guys who can throw the football and stay in the pocket, but when they run, they hurt a defense.
And he hurt the defense right there. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
To throw is Prescott. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First and goal from the 5. They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
They'll run run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense, it's really kind of geared to stop that play. Your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith able to run him down for a 15-yard loss. And it'll be 4th down. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So out come the Falcons now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone to.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Preston Smith in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slips free.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Remember how much we enjoyed watching him last week?
It's the same thing this week. Look at those numbers.
I'd hate to be a defender right now because no matter what they're throwing at him in terms of coverages, he's finding ways to defeat it. And even when he's covered, he's not covered. What is he doing? What's that term they use? He's uncoverable and making big catches. Really fun to watch.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Time running out here on the play clock. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
Here we go.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that leads to an Atlanta 1st down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there. And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. And the coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. So this is the 2nd consecutive week, as you look at the numbers, that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync?
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
No, what I would tell my offense right here, the punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Prescott now from the 50. Finding time. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's second down. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And again, it's Prescott. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Josh Gordon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he powers his way up past the 30. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down. Now it's Newton. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They come out here in the I, and they'll run it here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
3 down. Ready? 180. 7's the mic. 157.
And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Carolina, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.